So Cardano ADA has been consolidating over the last couple of days, and we have seen higher highs, and we've also been testing at some key levels such as the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA. And in my previous video, I talked about how ADA could potentially tap into our fair value gap, which sits between 76 cents to 78 cents, given that we have a WX watt structure forming. And so it's possible that this move to the upside is complete, given that the minimum requirement, which is a 61.8% retracement of our W wave, has been met. And at the same time, we have met the local top at around 75 cents. But I am looking for a bigger move to the upside where we potentially tap into this region, given that we have had 4 consecutive green candlesticks, despite us being within overbought conditions on the stochastic RSI. And so what that signals is a strong trend. Now, one thing that did catch my eye was the fact that we are within a ascending channel. So if I draw the lower trend line and draw the upper trend line, like so. So currently we are within a ascending triangle. And so, of course, 2 things could happen, where one of which is a bearish scenario and one of which is a bullish scenario. So really what we're looking at for right now is for ADA to continue to push to the upside, where we then potentially retest the upper trend line. And should that be the case, then ideally I'd like ADA to then break out that trend line, and we'll then retest the upper trend line. And then we need ADA to then find support at the upper trend line for us to confirm that we are on a bullish trend. And should that be the case, then we'll see higher highs. And on the flip side to that is we see a breakout past the lower trend line, and then we retest the lower trend line, get rejected, and then that would then be a signal that we are bearish, and then we can then potentially see low lows where we then either tap into this region or in this region here. Now, there is also a key level that we need to be keeping an eye on, and that's this level here at around 74.6 cents, or we'll just call it 75 cents for now. And reason being is because this has been a key level for resistance and support on ADA. So if I go on the daily chart and zoom out slightly, and yeah, here you can see that we ended up finding support, and we saw that breakout to the upside. Then we saw that move to the downside where we got rejected, and we ended up retesting that level, got rejected, and then saw that push to the downside. And we ended up breaking past that level, got rejected, and we retested, found support, and got rejected once again. Saw a breakout, got rejected, and you can see that this was a key area of resistance for an extended period of time. And then we ended up breaking out of that level, and here we are now retesting this level. And so ideally what we want to do is continue to find support at this level, and then see that breakout to the upside where we then potentially tap into this region here. Now, going back to the hourly chart, you can see that smart money concept is indicating that we have a strong high and a weak low. And so again, 2 things can be true at the same time, where if I was to go on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we have a weak high. And so it's possible that we do see a continuation to the downside where we break the weak low at around 71 cents and then tap into this region here. But then ultimately we can still remain bullish and see a breakout to the upside, given that you can see that we have a strong low at around 64 cents. Whereas on the hourly chart, it's possible that ADA can actually tap into this region here between 65 to 68 cents, which sits above the strong low. And so, yeah, 2 things can be true at the same time, where we tap into this region here and then continue to see moves to the upside, where we then potentially tap into this region. But it's worth noting that we are within the overbought conditions on the stochastic RSI. However, on the daily chart, we are oversold. And so, like I've talked about previously, we are potentially within the final stages of this corrective move to the downside, and I'm looking for a bigger move to the upside at some point. So yeah, that's just my quick update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found it useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.